Hello and welcome to the 127th Lincolnshire Show. We've had some glorious weather, but if you can see behind me, the rain clouds are threatening. And with me is Sean. Now Sean, this is your first time at the county show. What are you looking forward to?
Well, I'm immensely looking forward to today. I want to see what's happening in the arenas.
Okay.
I've heard about the piggyback racing. I've heard about the jousting and saving the damsels in distress. Well, I say what I'm really looking forward to is seeing the livestock in the arena. That's what the Lincolnshire Show is all about.
It is, and it's going to be a family-packed fun day. So let's take a look at what's coming up.
The Lincolnshire Show was first founded by the Lincolnshire Agricultural Society, and since its first event in 1884, it has grown to be the largest agricultural show in the country. The event has grown gracefully into a grand Lincolnshire tradition, and this year promises to be the biggest and best ever. For starters, the show aims to feature the largest display of country livestock, where judges will have to run their eye over nearly 1,300 cattle, pigs, goats and sheep. And there's a record number of equine entries too, with almost 1,800 ponies and horses, all majestically competing and parading within one of the many arenas. And there's a demonstration of horsepower of a different kind, where farming hardware sees a clash of vintage tractors versus modern-day agricultural machinery. The Lincolnshire Show organisers say that the two-day event promotes local tourism and provides the additional opportunity for trade exhibitors and local companies alike to generate new business. And it's a big revenue booster too. For every pound spent, generates £20 towards the local economy. The Lincolnshire Show is above all else a family event. However, this year they have sent an open invitation to the nation's canine population as well. For the first time, dog owner visitors will be allowed to bring their pets to the show, on restraint of a lead of course.
Okay, next up, if you think it's only dogs and horses that race, think again. Now let me tell you, you haven't really experienced any racing whatsoever until you've seen these thoroughbreds in full flight. Next up, it's Piggy Racing. Very exciting day. You've had pigs on the loose.
Yeah.
Does that happen often?
No, it doesn't actually. It's the first time it's happened and I didn't expect it, so I was lucky I was able to get it.
You were a little out of breath when you came back. Was he a hard one to catch?
Yeah, he was. Well, luckily he stopped to look at the sheep show that was going on. I managed to grab him then, but he's a little bit heavier than I expected and he was struggling quite a bit, so it was
Okay,
quite
so
worrying.
you'd make a good fireman, you would say, with that lift the way you were coming back.
Yeah, I suppose I would. I've got another job prospect after this one, I suppose.
Then it came down to the ultimate test, a race between pigs versus children. The children got the advantage of an early start, only for a couple of them to fall at their own imaginary Beecher's Brook.
They know that at the finish line there's going to be more food waiting for them, so they get themselves all geared up, ready to go. By that point they've got saddles on, so if people are bet on a colour, they can watch that saddle go down and see who finishes. Get them going, open the gate up, they all come charging down. They want the food at the end of the racetrack, that's what they're after. Once they get there, they just eat that and then they'll go back and start again.
That's great. Which one do you think's going to win quickly?
I think it's going to be blue again. And it was. That's lucky.
Okay, last word.
Yeah.
When I saw you running, I quickly put a fiver on you to win, and I think I'm up.
Oh, that's great. We'll split that 50-50 then.
Shh! Don't tell the pigs, but the next trip is to the food court, which proudly displays a mouth-watering selection of local produce. There seemed to be enough quality artisan food, even to tempt the most discerning of taste buds. And this Lincolnshire show has its own fair share of award winners too.
I've come down to the food court and with me is Jane Tomlinson, who's the Managing Director of Red Hill Farm Free Range Pork. Now Jane, at the Lincolnshire Show, you're celebrating really because you've just won the Countryside Alliance Award. Do you want to tell us about that?
Yeah, we're absolutely thrilled. We've won the East of England region. It's the National Countryside Alliance Awards, and it's the East of England region award for local food, and it's Lincolnshire, Norfolk, Suffolk, Essex, Bedfordshire, Hertfordshire, and Cambridgeshire, and we still won, so we're amazed.
You've been going, I believe, 20 years that you've actually been running the business?
We farm it, we produce it, and we sell it, and this is the best possible produce you can get your hands on. And to know that it comes from a farm down the road or a farm in Lincolnshire, or in the region, it's so much more than just buying a bit of pork. It's a lot of help and assistance, which has gone from that sort of supermarket retail experience that people have these days.
Well, I'm going to let you go because I know you're very busy today at the show, so thank you much and congratulations on your award.
Thank you very much.
Lincolnshire County Council is at the forefront of promoting both the Taste and Select Lincolnshire projects. The schemes both work mutually together to try and help get local produce into the marketplace, making it easier for visitors and tourists to purchase and consume Lincolnshire products.
Well, Select Lincolnshire is a project entirely funded by Lincolnshire County Council, which is all about the promotion of Lincolnshire food, drink, agricultural and horticultural products. Our aim is to promote the products within the county and outside of the county boundary, and crucially to assist our members to find new markets for their products and help them get their product into the marketplace. It's important to shout about the produce that we're known for, because every other area is doing the same. We've got everything from very small cheese and jam producers to meat producers and packers, farmers who are rearing the produce, to large vegetable growers and packers sort of down in the south of the county. It is very varied, isn't it? So places like, these fairs, the Lincolnshire Show, it's an important aspect to get the message out then for you, is it? It is. The Lincolnshire Show is important in terms of putting ourselves in front of the consumers and talking to them about what they need to look for when they're in the marketplace.
Farmers in Lincolnshire say they could lose up to £100,000 due to poor crops this year. Farming analysts also say this could have been caused by the worst dry spell in over 20 years. Our local press and media carry reports that the Environment Agency states that Lincolnshire is one of 5 regions that still remains critically short of water. So just how serious is this for local farmers?
It is very serious this year. A lot of farmers have been irrigating far more than they would do in a normal year, particularly on vegetable crops and potato crops. We've had a bit of rain, but it's not going to correct the situation. And whilst you irrigate potatoes and you irrigate a lot of your vegetable crops, you wouldn't usually irrigate your cereal crops. And yes, some people are looking at sort of 20-30% loss perhaps as a result of that. And that's a real issue. And I think looking forward, climate change, it's not going to get any easier. You could have events like this quite often in future years. and we need to think carefully about how we use our water resource. Agriculture is always seen as the last one. The public supply has the first choice, then all industry, and actually farming is quite often seen as the nuisance at the bottom of the pile. And we have to get over that. There has to be planning, because we all need food, and we all need food to be produced in Lincolnshire.
Every year the Lincolnshire Show invites the exhibition and sale of hundreds of heavy farming machines. The show seems to magnetically attract everything from harvesting engines, tractors, ploughs and combines. And they all contribute towards creating a fantastic culture clash of old and new farming technologies. The Heavy Machinery Parade is a big favourite of the Lincolnshire Show, but with the region's drought biting hard, could farmers do more perhaps to improve their field irrigation?
Now, a lot of people we've been talking to at the show have been obviously talking about the drought that the county is in. How important is it for companies like you to sort of like work with the farmers then?
Well, it's hugely important that we're working with successful businesses, just in the same way as it's important for growers to be working with ourselves as successful businesses. We do have growers that are using irrigation successfully already. We have growers that are using trickle tape irrigation, which only focuses the water exactly where it's needed, rather than broadly spraying water across a wide area. Very difficult to target the water exactly where it's needed. So it is an increasing issue for us.
Lincolnshire Tree Services is a professional tree surgery company based in the heart of the Lincolnshire Wolds, producing rustic furniture from local wood, making the best use of sustainable natural resources. The Chainsaw Gang is made up of Lincolnshire Tree Service employees and a whole bunch of other talented subcontracted local carvers.
Tell me a little bit about your organisation and the events you put on like this.
Okay, well, Lincolnshire Tree Services, predominantly a tree surgery company, local work, private customers, councils, that kind of thing. We do tree surveys, we make our own charcoal, the chainsaw carving, and we do probably 12 local shows through the year in Lincolnshire, which is good advertising for us. You get to meet local people and meet them face to face, and actually sort of once you've talked to people, you know what I mean, you're always in their mind, I think, for tree work afterwards.
You're covered in sawdust. You put on a great show out there. How enjoyable was it today?
Well, it's good fun when we pull in quite a big crowd like this, and it's obviously a lot of people are very interested in what we do, so it's very satisfying.
Very intense, 25 minutes with a chainsaw.
It's very exhausting. It takes a lot out of your arms, and it takes a while for the feeling to come back into your hands afterwards too.
So it's been a fabulous day. Tell us about your piece that you've made today. Take us through it.
Well, here we have a pair of owls of indeterminate species, but just specially just for the show today. All done 25 minutes.
They look absolutely fabulous, and I believe
thank
you've got
you
a
very
sale
much.
for it already.
Oh yes, it was bought before I even got out of the ring. Yeah.
You're a true professional, a scholar and an artist.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.